Ladies and gentlemen, you have fallen into the distraction hole. I'm your host this week, Mr. Kevin. With me is Mr. Mike. Mike, how are you?
I don't think this is a distraction hole. It seems to be a pit, and there's a basket with some lotion in it. I don't understand.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Put the lotion in the fucking basket, bitch. And we have Mr. David. David, how are you?
It's Mr. David if you're nasty.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty nasty.
No, it's interesting. You went with Mr. Kevin. Any particular reason why?
Nope. Just kind of in my head, I was like, all right, this distraction hole, we're all Mr.
Okay. All right. No.
Unless I misgendered anybody. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's changed their pronouns this week.
Nope.
Okay.
Instead of Buffalo Bill, one of us could be, I don't know, Jackson Kevin.
Well, he was named because we're not going into that. That's disgusting. So, guys, it's been a little bit since we've been in the hole, and I'm sure we've all been keeping ourselves distracted, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
aside from illness, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another different, worse kind of distraction.
Yeah, that's a suck distraction right there.
Suckstraction.
Suckstraction.
That sounds like something aliens do to you.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, them bastards. So, I'm going to go first. We need to talk about Doctor Who.
Who?
Yes.
Doctor Who?
Down.
Who's this doctor you speak of?
Down. So, so the special aired. The third special aired. Mike,
Well,
you know about the specials, though, right?
I mean, I know Doctor Who is very special in its own right.
well, this is the part where Mike tunes out for 20 minutes while Kevin and I talk about something.
Yeah, Doctor Who is not my bag. My dad was really into like the Baker era of Doctor Who,
Right.
but
Well,
I could never struck
I
a chord
think
with me.
what I'd like to do, if we're going to talk about it, is do some general impressions of the whole 60th anniversary, like all three of the specials. We're obviously going to get into spoilers because, like, obviously something big happened. But I encourage anyone who's listening who wants, like, our full, uncensored Doctor Who thoughts to encourage us to record a bonus on the Patreon or something like that. That way you and I can, like, really get into it.
Yeah, something like that. But, I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So, yeah, spoilers are coming for the next, I don't know, however long the section is.
Yeah, so you just skip a little ways ahead. All right. So, first off, I did enjoy the special.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, how do you feel about all three of them overall?
All right, so the first one was great. It felt like coming back home to the Doctor Who that I fell in love with for the modern era, you know? Mm-hmm. It was good. Second one, I'm happy with it because it felt like one of those episodes I would have skipped.
It felt like a Douglas Adams episode to me. Like something that he would have written.
It felt to me like a Russell T Davies script, but you know,
they all
do with Disney money.
Yeah,
because the sets would have been smaller.
Disney isn't providing that much money. They're just doing the distribution rights outside the UK.
Oh, I know. It's a fun joke they've been doing in the fandom with the new effects. They're all like, "Ooh, look at all that Disney money," and go ahead.
So the way that I'm looking at it, now that I've seen all three specials and I see what Davies was trying to do with it, like I noticed that each special covers like three Doctor Who elements. The first special covers Earth, because Doctor Who is always doing something on Earth. Second one is a space episode. Third one is a time episode.
Right.
So each special kind of had its own. There's elements of all of them in all of them, but
there always is, yeah.
Yeah, but this is like these are the three biggest types of Doctor Who episodes. So we're doing all three.
Yeah, those are our three archetypical episodes, and like I will say, I did like the horse alien in the second special.
Yeah, it's super weird. Just again, like it's a bottle episode with the two characters on a ship. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and they're the only two actors in it.
Like
So
I need to rewatch The Giggle. I've only watched it twice so far. I still don't know how I'm gonna rank them, but I really, really liked Wild Blue Yonder, like a lot. It's like one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes.
I like parts of it, but it probably would, like I said, it felt like one of those episodes I would have got bored and moved away, like watch something else. But that's fine. It's not going to please everybody. Again, though, I'm happy Doctor Who is back. I'm happy Russell T Davies is back, but we do need to talk about the TARDIS in the room. So back to The Giggle. The thing that, first off, my hat's off to Neil Patrick Harris.
Dude, Neil Patrick Harris fucking ate. He fucking ate.
He was pulling plywood from his teeth. He was chewing so much scenery.
Just that scene at the unit headquarters with Spice Up Your Life.
Yes, that's another thing that I missed about Russell T Davies is him throwing pop music in at random, like when they in the very second episode of the Christopher Eccleston series, when they went to Platform 9 to see the end of the Earth, they have that jukebox and it starts playing Toxic by Britney Spears. And then, like, you know, the master was like singing Here Come the Drums, and then like I Can't Decide If You Should Live or Die by the Scissor Sisters. And there was a lot of pop music in Russell T Davies' run, and honestly, that I was very pleased with. I was like, hey, we got the goofy pop music stuff back in.
Like, this whole thing, this whole 3 episodes has been just, like, pure Russell T Davies for, like, good and bad.
Yes, and I am going to say that the whole sequence in unit headquarters with Spice Up Your Life is kitschy pop Lovecraftian horror. Because he is an elder god.
Yeah, very much so.
This is Nyarlathotep, in a way.
Yeah, no, like, literally, because I know the great old ones exist in Doctor Who. They're mostly, like, a Big Finish and comic book sort of thing.
Right.
But, like, you know...
Those are semi-canon, so...
Yeah, Nyarlathotep would be perfect as a Doctor Who villain.
Oh, I would adore seeing the Black Pharaoh go up against him. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But, like, I liked a lot of the stuff. I'm still sad about Bernard Cribbin passing away. Wilfred is... Wilfred was the best.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss Wilf. I do like the kind of send-off with him, like, shooting the Gophers, and
so
they have force fields. Yeah.
Apparently, The Gophers is a reference to a children's show he was the narrator of. So that was Russell T sticking a little reference in for the Brits that know.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So,
but I know you're itching to talk about the whole regeneration thing.
Okay, first off, before we go any further, I want to say that Ncuti Gatwa is fantastic as the Doctor.
Oh yeah, I found him to be magnetic.
Like, the minute he came out, he owned the role. That being said, by generation, in where basically the Doctor buds off another Doctor like a bizarre plant or a starfish.
He's a coral.
I don't know how I feel about it. It feels to me like it cheapens Ncuti being there.
Well, it depends on how. Unfortunately, Russell T Davies isn't really making it any easier because he's did some post episode comments that conflicts the issue. But like my interpretation of what that was is that's just the Doctor in the future coming in to help defeat the toy maker at that time. So what's going to happen is 14 is going to live his life. He's going to do his full regeneration. and then after that regeneration happens through
He'll go back.
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey nonsense, 15 arrives at that moment.
All right. That's a great theory. And I've seen some people express that theory. But given what I know about Russell T Davies and his disdain for regeneration, I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, like again, we aren't going to know until we see how this plays out. But at least for now, my thoughts are that this is just because it's non-linear. You even have 15 tell 14, hey, we're doing the therapy in the wrong order.
That is true. Also, I do think it's funny that the next regeneration of the Doctor is the you need to drink water and touch grass Doctor.
Well, and I think one way that we'll see this happen is if we get like another David Tennant special. I think we'll see him add the jukebox to his TARDIS.
Maybe.
That way, that jukebox is already there when the 15's TARDIS starts. Because the other thing I read, someone had a great theory that the reason there's a wheelchair ramp is so that 14 can take Wilf on a trip.
Ah, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I think what ultimately is going to happen, the simplest thing is that it's going to basically be a closed loop.
I understand that. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that's
I hope that's theory. What's going to happen.
I think we're going to have some pissed off people.
I mean, we wanted Russell T Davies back, and we got him. By God.
We got all of him. Now, I will say, one of the things some people are theorizing about is since there's a unit spinoff coming, which you can tell there's a unit spinoff coming. They have set up that weird robot thing, and Mel being there, and now Donna works there. I think this is the unit Doctor. This is a Doctor on Earth that works with unit. I think he is going to start going by Dr. John Smith.
Yeah, and which I'd be down for. I like that he still has the TARDIS. I like that. The temptation for him to go out and save the universe is going to be really hard, and I'm wondering how they're going to navigate that. But I guess that's for another anniversary special. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like this. I will say this: I do like the fact that they've handled it in that the 14th Doctor is definitely damaged mentally from everything that's happened, especially in the last few hundred years. And he is not doing well. He is not coping.
Yeah, I admit that I got teary-eyed at the end when he's sitting with the Noble family.
Yeah, the Noble Temples.
Yeah.
I did like that. I did like. Here's the thing. If they even hadn't done the thing with Shooty, this would have been a good way to end the series, honestly.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with, and the Doctor settled down for the rest of his days. That would have been okay with me.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Does it leave you excited to see the new episodes with 15?
Again, I am excited to see them. I feel weird about it, though, because of David Tennant's Doctor still being out there. Because it feels like, well, who's the real one then? Well,
again, the implication to me, based on the dialogue in the episode, is that it's 15 is the real one, because he says you take the time to fix yourself. So no matter what, we're getting the Doctor from the future. He's still the most recent Doctor. We're just seeing the 14th Doctor play out and go to therapy, basically.
I feel like when Shooty does regenerate, it's going to be another bi-generation. He's just going to, from here on in, start budding off his past selves.
Well, and that's what Russell...
retire.
That's what Russell T Davies was saying in an interview, I think, which, again, we aren't going to know until we see the results of this.
Right.
It's definitely... But then again, Doctor Who has always been a big fucking mess, so...
Well, it's a big mess. It's a big... and it's a huge fairy tale.
Yeah.
it's a wizard with a magic wand in a blue box that drops out of the sky.
Now, Mike, you've been listening to this. What is your impression of this conversation?
Magic Man and Blue Box, no good.
So you just don't even care.
I mean, I get the broad strokes of it. Kevin, when he was talking to me about this earlier in the week, my thoughts were, why do the kind of bifurcation? Why not just he's a fucking Time Lord? So why not just say, like, on a long enough timeline, he starts regenerating back to, former selves.
Oh, they did that.
And that's, just an older version of the Tenant Doctor coming back and be like, hey,
Well,
I know you need my help here because I've been here before.
You did just remind me of something, but y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I think I know where you're heading with this, Kevin. I'm going to go ahead and preempt you and say that, yeah, this Tenant Doctor is probably the curator from the 50th anniversary.
See, Mike, in the 50th anniversary, Matt Smith's doctor was sitting there staring at a painting, and the curator of the museum had been looking for him, and he starts musing, I could be the curator. That's what I could do. I could retire and settle down and be the curator. I'd be great at it. And then you hear Tom Baker's voice say, I probably think you will.
Yeah.
And I'm with David. I feel like this David Tennant incarnation will end up being the curator.
I'm just saying that it's not necessary to make two of them when you have time travel.
See, that's what David's talking about, where this is some timey-wimey shit where it isn't two separate doctors, but I really think he's doing it. He's going for this.
And ultimately, we'll find out probably in like 4 years once Shooty is ready to leave the show.
Yeah. Which I still am really looking forward to it. He is really gaying it up.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the trailer for the Christmas special?
Yeah, he's wearing a a white tank top, a kilt, and he is dancing in a club.
Yeah, like, this is probably going to be the queerest Doctor yet, but I'm here for it. Like, Doctor Who, ever since, I would say since the beginning, it's been kind of queer, but, like, especially 2003 and beyond.
Yeah, when Russell T brought it back in 2005, it was definitely more queer, and he definitely fought for the representation. So when people are complaining about the representation in these specials, I'm like, you do know who this is and what he's done before, so quit your bitching.
Yeah, like Jack Harkness made out with Eccleston, in an episode.
Yeah, Harkness made out with everybody at some point.
It was funny. I was watching one of the Tennant episode, one of the first Tennant I was in season 3, I think. It was the Drums trilogy where they reintroduced the Master.
Yes.
And there's just, every time Jack talks to someone, 10th Doctor is like, stop it.
Yeah, he's just constantly like, settle down.
Yeah. Just, I love those vibes. It's too bad what happened with, what's his name, but...
God, I can't remember his freaking name. Yeah. But that actor is problematic at best.
Yeah, but at least the Captain Jack character is something we can enjoy.
Hey, at least he ends up becoming a giant mechanical puppet. He becomes the face of Bo, and he's a special effect, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed these specials because I'm going through and I'm rewatching it's funny because I'm watching both classic episodes and I'm watching the new generation. Well, it's not the new generation now; it's the millennial generation or something.
Right. The first revival.
Yeah, and it seems to me like with the 15th Doctor, it is very much like a reboot in the form of 9, I think.
Well, yeah, and he's shed the trauma of everything that's happened in the revival. So
yeah,
again, I don't know how I feel about the whole bi-generation thing, but it's got me mad and curious enough to keep watching.
Well, and that happens with every showrunner's Doctor Who. You know what I mean? With
Yes.
you know, back when Russell T Davies was first around, the meta Doctor, right?
Yeah, the meta crisis.
Yeah, the first time they cloned David Tennant.
Yeah, there are so many, Mike. There are so many David Tennants running around in the Doctor Who universe. It is dumb.
Everybody gets a David Tennant.
I've got one.
I'm trying to remember what the big controversy was with Moffat's run. I'm sure there was one. And then recently with Chibnall, you've got the Timeless Child thing. So like every run has some sort of like thing for the fans to bitch about.
Moffat's big thing was it was much more fairy tale like, and the Doctor was. I actually liked his run, but like he had his tropes, and I think it was the whole name of the Doctor story where he cheaped it out, and you never find out his name at the end.
Yeah,
But-
I'm sure. Well, you know, and I'm talking about like big continuity things.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm sure there was something in the Moffat era. I haven't gotten to those episodes yet in my rewatch.
Yeah, you'll find it, whatever it is, I'm sure. But I am going to say that, the Chibnall era, the big controversy was he can't fucking write.
Oh, and you know, what I'm talking about is that whole Timeless Child thing, which again
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that. That actually goes back to something from the original run. It's called the Cartmel Master Plan, where one of the writers was like, we need to make Doctor Who mysterious again. So he started dropping hints that he was more than a Time Lord.
Yeah.
And the plan was going to be that he is the foundation, one of the 3 founders of Time Lord Society.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much all Chibnall did, is just kind of make that canon, but in a different way. And I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched the episode myself. Like, I've heard all about it, trust me, but...
Yeah, no, it's fine, yeah.
But, no, I think for a 60th anniversary, I think it was pretty successful. I feel like the 50th anniversary is going to be hard to top that.
Yeah, 50th was great. I went back and watched it, and, I mean, it's really hard to top something with John Hurt.
Well, and just the scale of the number of doctors.
Yes.
That final moment where they're saving Gallifrey, and then you get that just hint of Capaldi, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Which it's funny. I just recently watched The Fires of Pompeii, and having Capaldi and Karen Gillan in it.
Yeah,
like just, again, wild stuff.
Well, you know, it's funny. Colin Baker was in playing like a Time Lord security chief only a few episodes before he took over as the Doctor.
Yeah, I actually watched that episode too because I wasn't feeling great, so I watched because they run through like a whole bunch of classic episodes on the Pluto TV Classic Who channel.
Yeah.
So I started off with the Troughton episodes, went up through the Baker episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've talked about Doctor Who enough. We should get Mike back into the conversation.
All right, yeah, let's reboot Mike.
Yeah.
Who?
So, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? What have you been doing?
I've been reading the forums and listening to someone prattle about Doctor Who.
I meant during the week.
Oh, during the week.
What have you been doing to distract
Son
yourself?
of a bitch.
That's what I've been doing to distract myself over the last hour.
It was
we
20
do appreciate
minutes,
your
sir.
patience.
Yeah, I do appreciate you letting us do that, but it was 20 minutes.
Oh, so the actor was John Barrowman.
John Barrowman, right.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to Dragon Con a lot, and
Did go
Did
to
go to
Dragon
Dragon
Con
Con
a lot.
he did. Yeah, I guess he didn't go last year.
No,
Yeah,
didn't.
I saw him a lot, like on Dragon Con TV and stuff. And when I found out stuff, I was like, boy.
I know people that have been handled by him.
Yeah, I met him in the sense that I because we were both like convention guests. I think it was like at Long Beach Comic Con, and like I said hi, he said hi back, and then we were kind of like 6 feet apart as we left the convention floor. So like unfortunately I never got my butt touched by him. So
Fortunately or unfortunately?
unfortunately.
So I was
Okay.
gonna say, so I think cons need like they have the green, yellow, red thing for like conversations. They need that for like butt touching. Like, would you like to what's your status on John Barrowman touching your butt? Green, all in, John Barrowman can, grope me whenever. Yellow, it's like, I'd like at least to, make eye contact and talk to first. And red is no, no butt stuff with John Barrowman at a con.
Yeah.
It reminds me of those consent cards that they were giving
Yeah.
cosplayers, which is a very dark thing to think about.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, it's,
Oh boy.
why are nerds so creepy? I mean, I know why. I mean, it's all comes down to the
I don't know,
the
Mike, you
lack
tell
of
us.
the lack of social
Damn it, Dave.
priming, and we're just terrible, isolated people at times.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that a lot of us are called trolls. We live under bridges. And
Yeah.
eat billy goats.
I don't like billy goats. I just like gyro meat.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, what have you been distracting yourself with?
Horrible. So I've been watching some anime. I've gotten into a new series. You probably have never heard of it. It's anti-capitalist space lesbians and robots.
Is that the title?
No, that's the synopsis. It's actually Gundam Witch of Mercury.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that.
But yeah, that's basically the synopsis. And so far, there's no like lesbianism. They just happen to be like engaged, but they're not
Well-
like romantic yet.
I
don't know if they
did
become
did read something. I need to see the show to verify it myself, but it's one of those things where it's like kind of getting shit under the radar, because if you look at one of the characters' two fingernails, they end up being shorter than the others.
Okay.
And the implication is so it's easier to
Finger bang.
yeah, to finger bang, yeah.
So no, I mean even in the prologue, there were two kind of side characters that were ladies that were very concerned for each other and seemed like they were definitely
A
lesbians. They were a lesbian couple, a luple,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah, it's like same-sex relationships in anime. It's interesting because I'm watching a like it's a Yuri anime. It's called I'm in love with the villainess. And I'm just like, this could be a lot gayer.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and boy on boy is just like completely verboten. Like it's unless you're talking about like hardcore, hentai.
Yeah,
Boy love is just not
Yaoi.
a thing. Yoi, yeah.
Yoi, yoi.
Yoi, yaoi, however you say it. But yeah, whereas, lesbians, Yuri is more socially acceptable.
Because it can also be played into like the whole kawaii cute culture thing.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
just, heteronormative men,
Yeah,
that's
it's what I call being a trailer park ally, where it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to see gay stuff unless it's two girls.
that's not even an ally. That's
I
just,
know. I couldn't think of another word, but you know what I mean.
that's just, dudes being dudes.
God, I hate that.
So how is the actual like Gundam action? Is it
So
pretty good?
how far have I gotten? I am 8 episodes in. It's very, so the Gundam action is good, but it's definitely not, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen any Gundam. Like, so my Gundam repertoire, I've seen all of Wing back in the day when it was like Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure I saw all of 8th MS, but that was quite a while ago as well. And I started watching, I can't remember, Gundam Child Soldiers. Can't remember what it was. It's basically literally children soldiers. And so Gundam seems to be divided into like two prime categories. You have like the big fancy Gundams that are like, God level and can do all this other stuff. And then you have Gundams treated like kind of more realistic military hardware, where 8th MS and this child soldier one seem to be in that category.
Yeah, I'm curious where all these fall into the dual timelines.
Yeah, I think Witch from Mercury is a Universal Century.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
which for Mercury and Gundam Wing fall into the first, the kind of super badass Gundam category.
Yeah. So there's different types of like Gundam stories, but either of them could fit into either the Universal Century timeline or like the spin-off stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't try to keep up with that because
Yeah.
Just watch the show.
because like I said, those are the only Gundam shows I've really watched to any degree.
Yeah,
and
there is one that I think you should watch. It's not super long. I think it's like 6 episodes. War in the Pocket. That one's really good.
is that a masturbation euphemism?
No. But no, it's good. Like if you get a chance, I think War in the Pocket is like one of the best Gundam projects.
So anyway, which from Mercury. So it's, let's see how to encapsulate it. It's basically Gundam as we know them are illegal, like the really high end, so they call it a Gund format, which apparently is some kind of like synchronization between the pilot and the Gundam, which ends up killing the pilot eventually. So that's illegal. But for some reason, that hasn't been revealed yet, our hero, the redheaded girl, can't remember her name, is immune to it. Which the prologue has her hook into the Gundam at like really young. I forget how old, like 3 or 4 years old, and she's able to fully control it without any kind of like ill adverse effects. So
is she a new type?
I don't know. We don't know yet. That's why I'm saying that we don't know what her deal is yet. I'm sure they'll be established later.
I know what she is, Mike. She's a clone of Shinji's mother.
She has plot armor. Well, no, the Gundams are sisters, so because her mom is still around.
Pilot the goddamn mech, Shinji.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
So anyway, she's
Wrong franchise.
She's enrolled in this corporate school. So there's like capitalism is a big thing in this show, and not in a good way. like there are major corporations that basically control. Put it to you this way, the guy that they show as the president of the corporation, for a long time, for the first several episodes, I thought he was the president of everything. But no, he's just president of this corporation, but he has so much power. He's basically, almost a god.
Sounds like there needs to be some voting from the rooftops in that show.
Oh yeah, there's all these other megacorps, and so Gundams are illegal. And she, of course, has a Gundam because she enrolls in this school, and part of the the school, of course, has a Gundam program, not a Gundam, but a mech program, and she brings her own Gundam. Well, it's, think about that as school supplies. Pencils, pens,
Manila
notebook paper, Gundam. That's a hell of an ask for a
it is
high schooler. And so, and of course, it gets found out eventually that this is one of the illegal Gundams, but hijinks ensue.
Oh, those hijinks.
That's where I am right now, is that,
the hijinks, they are ensuing.
Yes.
Here's the problem with hijinks in Gundam. Usually that means genocide.
Not yet. No, it's so far.
Give it a minute.
There's also duels. So apparently, everything under the sun can be settled with a duel because, this is
it's France.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh rules.
These are elites of the corporation. So yeah, they're all basically aristocracy, and they're spoiled kids, and there's definitely a parents using their kids as pawns undercurrent in this show. These kids
probably need to watch this. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, these kids are kind of following their parents' whims, and the I can't remember her name. I got to look up her name. It's not Stella. It's something. Bear with me. It's a really weird name.
Look it up, Mikey.
I'm looking it up.
Look it up, Mikey.
You're gonna have to cut this shit.
We're leaving this in the episode, by the way.
God damn it. No pressure. No pressure. Dang it, that's not what they say. It's in this. Oh yeah, that's right. She's in a different name. So her original name was Samaya, but they use a different name I guess she's under an assumed name in the school. And I can't find it. Fuck me. I'm letting everybody down.
It's okay, man. Let's just
redhead. Let's do a little redhead girl. And I can't even remember what my point was now. I got so off track. Yeah.
Sorry,
Fun
man.
times. No.
Suletta?
Yes, Suletta. It's a weird name.
Okay.
But yeah, damn, where was I going with that? If you can't tell, Mike has revived the drunk cast. Just because I had a headache and I was like, I want to drink. Well, anyway, so the point being, it's a fun show so far. I will obviously be back because I'm on I've finished episode 8 of 24. So actually episode 9 because there's a episode 0 prologue. So yeah, okay. I'm enjoying it so far. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of 3D printing because I found this, pretty neat Lego wreath print I want to get out for the holidays.
Yeah, he's printing, the Lego tree limb things?
Yeah, the little piece that was
It looks like the Elder sign.
Yeah, it was just a little branchy piece that they use for green tree limbs and Lego sets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just several of those in a ring and then little studs on it for decoration. But big, yeah, it's cute. Like each piece I'd say is about 8 inches long, so it makes about a 20-inch wreath, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, you can print your own Lego characters with that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you should totally custom print some Errant Apprentice pieces for.
Oh wow, that would be kind of fun. Actually, I do have a Terry model that I downloaded a model from Hero Forge, and then when I had gumption, brought it into Blender and modified it so it actually looks like Terry. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you can totally print that out.
I did.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
It's somewhere.
We printed it. We tried it on the FDM printer first, and that was just a horrible monstrosity.
Yeah,
it was covered in zits.
He was covered in tumors.
Oh,
zits,
Jesus
whatever.
Christ.
But no, I did them on the resin printer. It turned out fine.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. I think that's about it that I can think of. I mean, I haven't really played any games much. Not watched any other shows really. Just YouTube and shit.
Yeah, as usual. What kind of YouTube channels are you watching, Mike?
Just the same old. Nothing new there.
Okay.
Just I have so many of them. I just know what I have at least 1 or 2 videos to watch a day.
Yeah.
That update.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool.
I'm done.
All right. Well, being the host, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here real quick, and we will be right back after this. Welcome back. And before we get started on David's distractions, it's a holiday season.
It's the holiday season.
Mike, what's your favorite
Happy
Christmas?
Honda Days.
Happy Honda Days. Mike, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I would have to say, I don't know about favorite, but I don't know, one I have to listen to every year, no matter what. It's a requirement that I listen to Santa Claus is Coming to Town by
Hall & Oates?
No. Damn, I can't believe I can't remember.
Gene Autry?
No. East Street Band.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
Wow,
Thank
that rum hit you hard.
I could not remember Bruce Springsteen, but yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I get that. That's a great one.
That's just, I remember that from my childhood. Like, we had like a a tape we recorded off of like probably the air or something that
Yeah.
had Christmas songs,
Okay.
and play that all the time.
Okay. David, what's yours?
Honestly, Feliz Navidad is a bop.
You know what?
that
I
one.
love that one. It's not my favorite, but I love that one. I know a lot
pretty
of
good.
people that hate it, including several Mexicans.
It's just I don't know why. Like when I hear that, it's like, okay, yeah, no, this is the Christmas season.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those like filler Christmas songs. It's not like one of the big ones,
But it's
but it's ubiquitous. Like you hear it everywhere.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Mine is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Okay.
It's not a Christmas in Hollis.
It used to be Christmas in Hollis, but right now it's Christmas Wrapping. And my comedy answer would have been Brick by Ben Folds 5.
Now, how do we feel about All I Want for Christmas Is You?
I like it.
Wait, are we talking
honestly,
about... There's
or
nothing
Mariah.
wrong with it. It's just...
I do
yeah.
agree it's overplayed. Like, I don't want to hear it, like, before Thanksgiving. Or
Like I do like that Mariah Carey leaned into it, and every year
Yeah.
they do this video of her like defrosting.
Yes.
That's funny to me. I actually enjoy that quite a bit.
I say December 1st, go for it. All bets are off. But
She fucking dusted that off on November 1st
no,
this year.
that's too
God,
early.
that is way too early.
December 1st.
Like I
come
remember
on.
the fucking tweet with the video, and I'm like, Jesus
I
Christ!
still remember when the SCP Foundation tweeted and said, "We haven't done anything for Halloween. We were trying to keep Mariah Carey in containment, and we failed."
In the same vein, I have to ask, what's everybody's thoughts on Last Christmas?
Oh, fuck that song! I do not like that song.
I like it. All right. I don't
Like
like
they're
it.
all Christmas songs are inherently cheesy to me.
Oh yeah, no, they're
So like I enjoy them.
That's one I participate in Whamageddon.
I like Whamageddon just as a thing, but I'm not like sad when I lose.
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm good so far.
Yeah,
I got Whamageddon at the bowling alley last weekend.
motherfucker.
Here's the trick. Like I don't listen to radio
Yeah,
usually, and then if I'm listening to music, it's usually like if I'm listening to seasonal music, it's holiday lo-fi.
here's the
Okay.
problem: is my Christmas playlist has both those songs in it.
Yeah,
So it's just like a crapshoot. And
yeah.
it's me. I'm playing.
It's Russian roulette.
I'm playing Whamageddon and Mariah Carey Russian roulette.
I probably will start hearing it next week as I'm driving around and the stations start playing more holiday music. You see, I'm lucky because like the station that I listen to in the car when I use the car, which isn't very often because I work from home, goddammit, is KCRW, which is a very kind of like hipstery station. It's like
Oh.
so they don't do a ton of like top 40.
Okay.
But I discover a lot of good music through them and everything like that. But it's also like you won't hear that shit until like December 23rd and 24th. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring that up, seeing as it's the holidays when we're recording this.
Yeah.
And
God bless us, everyone.
yes, thank you, Tiny Spim. So, David, what have you been doing to distract yourself, sir?
Well, I was sick for a while, so I had a lot of time to watch anime and shit. So there's
Yeah.
a few series I'm watching. Not gonna bore you with details on that right now. Like I'll probably talk about them another time. Managed to complete my seasonal journey in Diablo, and I'm working on my second character.
Okay.
But also, like, let's talk about the real reason for the season.
Oh, yes.
Godzilla.
Godzilla is the reason for
God damn
the
it!
season.
Okay, it has to be a non-spoiler cast because I really want to see it. I just have not had time.
Mike? Well, okay. We're just going to talk about our opinions of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I also want to talk about like how much, like broadly, how great it is to be a Godzilla fan right now.
And the other thing is, there's not that much to spoil. It's Japan.
I know, but-
Godzilla shows up. Everybody screams.
but I just don't want
No,
specific.
it's cool. We're not going to go into it.
Yeah, we're not going to do a whole lot of details. So obviously, like, going to talk about -1,
Yes.
but also like Right now, I am just incredibly happy because I've
Yeah, we've
got
got the new.
Godzilla minus one,
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla and Kong next year.
Yep.
Then, of course, there's MonsterVerse, the Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which I'm watching right now.
I've heard of that one. I have not seen it.
And I just read the first 2 issues of Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League. So I'm just like,
Wait, do what now?
yes, Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yes,
I'm
yes, it is the
suddenly excited about
MonsterVerse, Godzilla and Kong 2.
Oh, okay. So he's got
Yeah.
the axe made from a Godzilla scale.
We haven't seen the axe yet, no.
Okay.
But no. So like, I love the fact that I'm not only getting like my serious horror Godzilla with minus one, but I'm getting like the Toho Showa era wrestling picture stuff
It's
with the MonsterVerse.
It's wrestling kaiju.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I just again like Godzilla fans have it so goddamn good right now. Especially did you see the trailer for Godzilla and Kong?
I did.
I am really excited and that shot of the two of them running.
You mean the
It's
one everybody's pissed off about?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a cheesy movie, and I'm fine with that. It's a Godzilla movie. Great. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and like the purple pinkish spines. Okay, well that's totally the Millennium era, right?
This is straight up Godzilla is now copyright. This version of Godzilla is now distinct.
Yeah, so like I'm super happy, but of course, like I had to see minus one. I couldn't see it because I wasn't feeling well. Plus my dad being in the hospital, but then he got out and I took him to see it. And oh my god, minus one is so good.
Yeah, my comment when me and Warren got out of the theater was, that wasn't just the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen. That is the best movie I have seen this year.
It is legitimately an excellent movie. Taking all the Godzilla stuff aside, still a very, very good movie. Now, is it predictable? Did I see all the beats coming? Yes, that happens to me with most movies anyway, but
Yeah.
I can overlook that because it was so well done.
I've read enough screenwriting books that I do the same thing, and I don't care if it's a good movie, you know? But my comment about it, and you know what, you go ahead. I'll throw this in later.
So yeah, basically, like the film is kind of a reboot of the series. I don't know if it's going to be a complete reboot, but it's basically the original Godzilla, just with a different approach and more of a focus on the immediate post-World World War II Japan.
Yeah.
As opposed to the reconstruction of the 1950s of the original film.
Yeah.
The interesting spin on this one is the role that the lead character had in the war. And I don't want to spoil it because I think it's relevant to understanding what the story is doing.
Yeah, we're just gonna say, you know how in a Godzilla movie, like the old ones, you're watching and there's human stuff, and you're like, come on, get to the guys in the rubber suits.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first Godzilla movie where I forgot Godzilla was in it for a little bit. And then when he showed back up, I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot.
And when Godzilla shows up in this movie, every time he shows up, it is the most fucking impactful thing I have seen in a Godzilla movie because of this, how much we care for these human characters.
Which
like
that is a fantastic thing that they've accomplished in this movie.
Yeah, like I haven't felt this much dread watching a Godzilla movie since I guess I could say Shin Godzilla, but even before that, like the original Godzilla, because that movie has like a pervasive dread to it. Mm-hmm. I think this one has that one beat.
Yes.
It just again, like it's a wonderful movie. It's not exactly a feel good movie.
No, but it's got heart.
Yeah, and like everything in it feels earned, which I appreciate.
Yes.
And like, oh god, it's just it's so good. I hope that we're gonna get a sequel to this one. I hope this is the start of a. And here's the thing. I'm wondering if it can fit into the continuity with the original 1954 Godzilla. And the reason I say that is because there is talk of like cover-ups in this one.
So like
And
they cover it up
so
and then he shows back up in the original.
yeah, and I don't know how well that can work, but again, like you can also do like a retroactive remake of the original to then slot this in there and make it work.
Yeah.
But I don't see how this has to like replace the original either. Like I feel like it can be slotted in there.
And I don't know what else to say. I feel like this movie should win some awards.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like the timing didn't work out and everything like that. And then, people are talking about how the movie only cost like 15 million to make, which like on the surface is like, wow, that's super impressive. But then you have to take into account, well, the animators are kind of getting fucked over on that one.
Yep.
So again, a lot of people are using the movie as like a wedge issue for what's going on in Hollywood right now and what's going on with like the big studios and everything like that. And can't we just fucking enjoy Godzilla? Can't we?
Yes, but we do need to think about what's going on in the industry.
Oh yeah. Obviously, like there's definitely going to be some like budget reckoning when they see what's going on here. But I hope the solution isn't like, well, why don't we just pay the animators less?
Yeah, that would be awful.
Right? It's more like maybe you need to start casting more unknown people, or
the solution's gonna be just AI for everything.
God, no. The solution is we make a real Godzilla. We just find a Godzillasaurus, nuke it,
There you go.
and there you go. We just film it live as a documentary.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think if you ever look at like movie budgets, yes, the big name actors get paid a lot, but there's just a lot more accounting bullshit that goes into
also
movie
true.
accounting.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a ton of different factors that go into it.
But like the marketing shit,
like multi-million-dollar paydays for the actors certainly don't help.
well, it doesn't help. But when you look at a movie with like $100 million budget and like almost $100 million in marketing budget, you're like going, why? Why does it cost almost as much to market this movie as it does to make the movie?
Yeah, didn't Burger King pay you?
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of this Hollywood accounting comes in. That and the whole like, so when they say it took X amount to make a movie, you realize they're also doing stuff like they're renting the props and stuff from themselves and studios from themselves and paying their own VFX houses to do stuff. But that counts as losses in the movie.
Yeah.
So just
it's like they said in the Coming to America lawsuit. According to them, no movie has made money in Hollywood since like 1930 something.
Yeah. That's the Hollywood accounting that's so notorious.
It is awful.
And and when you can on paper show a movie has never made a profit, well, that just gives you ammunition for underpaying everybody that's not Tom Cruise or of that caliber.
Fucker.
Yeah.
So long story short, minus
Fuck
one, Godzilla
Hollywood.
minus one, amazing.
Yes. And I can't wait for the sequel where they introduce Godzuki. Because I would love to see Godzilla, like his little baby Godzilla, show up in one of these looking all realistic.
Like I'm worried about that Godzilla and Kong trailer introducing a potential Son of Kong.
Here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, because that's putting a target on the back of Kong here.
Here's the thing.
Like, I wouldn't put it past him to like kill off Kong and then have Godzilla raise a new Kong.
Do you know what I think it is? I don't think it's a new Kong. I think it's Mighty Joe Young. I'm dead serious, man. If they're putting all the monsters in, why not put Mighty Joe Young in?
Yeah, I just wish, like, with how well the MonsterVerse is doing, I kind of wish Toho would, like, open up their catalog a little bit more for some more of the classic monsters. 'Cause I think they did a great job with Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra.
Yeah. King of the Monsters
fantastic.
was amazing.
Yeah, like I want to see Anguirus. I want to see like my dream MonsterVerse movie would be Biollante.
Yeah, that and Jet Jaguar or bust, motherfucker.
Yeah, like I would love to see the MonsterVerse take on Jet Jaguar.
Oh yeah, no, like we build a giant kaiju fighting robot, and it
That
just,
that isn't Mecha Godzilla.
yeah, and it just happens to look like Jack Nicholson.
Punch, punch, punch.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's there?
I need to see. I need to see if there's more episodes of that. I started the like Jet Jaguar anime thing, and I think I stopped because I got caught up. I need to look see how far I progressed on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just so happy to be a Godzilla fan right now. Also,
I
like
get it. Yeah, no, it's great.
Also, like 2024, Year of the Monkey, baby, because we're getting Godzilla and Kong. We're getting a new Planet of the Apes.
That's good.
And
That's right.
Donkey Kong Country opens up at like Nintendo World Japan.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fucking monkey year. I love it.
I gotta tell Austin.
Year of the Harambe.
Maybe this is what's gonna get us back on track.
Just monkey it up.
Because as we know, that is our official stance on where the timeline diverged into this horrid hellscape that we exist in.
Well, I know definitely closer to when that new Planet of the Apes movie comes out, I am probably gonna just like talk nonstop about that trilogy.
I have not
over the past decade.
I have not seen past the first one.
Honestly, I'm gonna put this out there. I think it is the best overall sci-fi trilogy ever.
Okay, but
I honestly think that I love the three recent Planet of the Apes movies.
yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say when I remember Mike when you were living on in that house with all them people, and we watched Planet of the Apes one night, the original, the Heston.
Yeah.
And after it was over, we were just like, God, fucking intolerant orangutan! I want to go beat up a monkey. We were all just yelling about beating up monkeys afterwards.
Yeah.
I know they're apes, but nonetheless.
I hate every ape I see from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Turns out the intolerant monkeys was ourselves the whole time.
Yeah, the treasure was the enemy monkeys we made along the way.
You know, it's funny. I say the Year of the Monkey. Obviously, they're all apes, but
Yeah,
just again,
still.
it's the Year of the Monkey. We call them fucking monkeys.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. No, I'm just, man. It's fun times to be a fan of monsters and apes.
Yep.
But so I was gonna say that we've had like revivals with like Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman. Where's Shin Jet Jaguar and Shin Gamera?
I want Gamera back.
I think Shin Gamera was something that was mentioned, wasn't it? Like, were they going to do a Shin Gamera?
They were going to try to do a new Gamera movie, and it fell through, I think.
I know that Netflix has a new Gamera animated series. I haven't seen it yet.
How did I not know this?
Yeah, it's I haven't watched it yet. Like, I haven't watched the Skull Island cartoon they did, but there is a Gamera series on there.
My God, Mike, we need it.
Okay, wait. There is going to be a Shin Kamen Rider, I believe.
Yeah,
Shin,
that's what's his name that did Evangelion again?
Hideki.
Yeah, he's done all of them so far.
Yeah, all the Shin stuff is Hideki.
And I just think it's great. He's just like, you know what? Y'all want me to make these movies? Fine. I'm bringing back my childhood. Fuck off.
Well, it's funny because that's kind of how he got his start. Was he like made fan films? He did he did an Ultraman fan film.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He also did like all those. He did. Didn't he work on the Daikon?
Yes, yes.
The Daikon video.
Yeah, that was Gynax. So
Yep.
Yeah, but he was one of the founders of Gynax, wasn't
That's
he?
what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I'm curious what series are gonna start kind of hitting America. I think the time is right for like an American adaptation of Ultraman. I think we're finally at a.
yeah,
I think
I
we're
think-
finally at a period where that'll work.
I think we could get away with it this time.
I'd also like to see, and I'm being honest here. I'd love to see an American version of Kamen Rider.
What? That's not the one that Saban brought over.
Wasn't that Knight
Yeah,
Rider?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
How could
No,
you?
just
How could you say something so controversial and so right?
but you know, just like okay, it's a super soldier with kind of like a bug-looking motorcycle outfit who does like kung fu kicks and shit. I think people could get behind that. I would be interested in seeing what that is. Like especially with the success of the One Piece adaptation.
And it has heavy Power Rangers like vibes, which would appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, you know, I've been thinking a lot about like what sort of like anime and what sort of very Japanese things I could see being adapted. And I think one I would like to see is Spy Family. I think you could get a really good FX series that's an adaptation of Spy Family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would work actually.
I've been watching
Yeah.
Spy Family. I'm current
good.
on it.
It's so
It is-
cute.
it is very cute. Like, you know, here
I've seen photos.
here are, you know, three people that have secret, you know, backgrounds, and I wouldn't say identities necessarily, but you know, they have different things about them, and they've inadvertently become a family, and you know, they do care about each other, but they don't know each other's like shit. So
This sounds
Yeah.
like what they tried to do with the Black Widow movie.
yeah,
So-
kind of.
So
except-
so the main conceit is that
cuter.
the father character, he is a kind of like secret agent
basically
who's trying to
James
prevent
Bond.
war from breaking out. Yeah. He needs to put together a family to get close to someone. So he adopts a little child. The child is actually part of some sort of secret psychic training program.
yeah, she was basically their version of what's that thing called?
Akira?
No,
Like,
the
MK
real
Ultra.
thing,
Oh God, the
the crazy shit that the U.S.
Yeah.
government
MK
did.
Ultra.
MK Ultra, yeah, she's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
an MK Ultra baby.
and then he finds a woman to play the mother, and she's actually like a member of a guild of assassins.
She's La Femme Nikita.
Oh wow, I need
Yeah.
to watch this.
Yeah,
It is legitimately excellent because they all have their, you know, and here's the thing about the anime, it's very much kind of like a sitcom.
it's very sitcom slice of lifey because it's
Yeah.
it's based
So
on
the-
it's based on a
yeah.
serialized you know, strip.
Yeah, so I think like an American version would probably do more of a serialization thing. Yeah, so it's less sitcom-y. You'd still have a lot of the elements in there, but more story focused.
Think
I
about-
think that could work.
Think about it with like True Lies or Mr. and Mrs. Smith if they had a kid involved.
Well, they did have a kid involved.
Well,
in
a
True
psychic kid.
Lies.
Like a psychic
Okay,
kid.
well that's
like
different.
a kid that was like not just involved, like not just a kid, but a kid that was like involved in the plots and the conspiracy.
Oh, and then also the dog can see into the future.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
they have
what
the
the
dog.
fuck?
Yeah, it's good. No, it is legitimately, it is, and I swear to God, Anya is the most adorable child character
No,
I have
I've
ever
seen
But
stuff of her, and
But she's true to like actually being a like whatever age would she call her? Like,
Here's the great
8,
thing
something
about it:
like
they're
that?
all dumbasses.
Oh yeah, they're all dumbasses.
All three human members of that family are complete idiots, just in different ways. Like so like Lloyd, the dad, he's hyper competent as a spy, but he overthinks things, and he's very like dumb regarding his awareness of like situations and like socialization.
right.
Yeah, and just the family itself.
Yeah. Your incredible assassin, she's kind of dumb.
Yeah, she's
Like,
definitely
it's not in a
little
bad way.
ditzy. But no, Anya is like very authentic to being a kid of that age. Like,
Yeah, so like when she gets
you know-
adopted, she tells Lloyd she's like 8, but she's actually like 5 or 6.
yeah,
Oh,
So
wow.
so she's not she's got like the intelligence of like a 5-year-old, but she's put in these situations of like an elementary school kid.
Oh, God.
But also she is kind of dumb too. Like and I don't mean dumb in a bad way because I love dumb characters. Like that's one of my favorite things about Lupin the Third. Every single member of Lupin's crew is a dumbass in some way.
They're fucking idiots. Yes.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Spy Family. They're all dumb in some way.
and
They're highly competent
Highly functional.
idiots.
in a conceit like this, you have to have blind spots. Otherwise, you know, people just find that shit out too fast. So you have to have believable blind spots, which is just making someone, you know, a dumbass in some way.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just thinking like Spy Family would be good, but yeah, I'd also say like the time is right to maybe bring Ultraman to the US. I know that the Marvel was doing a series, and I thought that was a pretty good template for it.
Sure.
So I don't know. I think the time is right for an American Ultraman.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would love for Ultraman to make it over because, like, they brought it over and dubbed it like years ago, and I never got the chance to see it. It was like just before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still a little bitter about that. What did I get? Kimba the White Lion.
Well, Kevin,
Well, Kimba's fine.
Yeah, no, it was.
also, you have to remember that Ultraman is Airwolf.
He is Airwolf. He is Airwolf as fuck.
So yeah, go see Godzilla -1.
David has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Well, like, I'm familiar with Airwolf. It just was like
No.
before my time.
No.
You want to inform him?
Okay, so author of Ready Player One, Ernest Cline.
Gigantic nerd child.
Yes, he is not king of the nerds. If you're king of the nerds, it's sad. He's just a nerd. Well, before he became an author, he did spoken word in Texas, and he self-made a CD of his spoken word stuff. And the title of the CD was Ultraman is Airwolf.
Uh-oh.
Because one of his bits was the fact that Airwolf is the pinnacle of human development. Airwolf is the single greatest invention man has ever had. Everything should be compared and described against Airwolf. Like, if something is truly badass, it is Airwolf. And he said, Ultraman is Airwolf.
Fuck Michael Knight.
Yeah, fuck Blue Thunder, fuck Michael Knight.
But no,
And he went on about, Stringfellow Hawk.
so I have to ask Kevin, what's the difference between like stand up and spoken word? Because I've seen.
Spoken word is basically a monologue,
Yeah.
and stand-up is bits that can involve improv and is meant to elicit a humorous response.
So there's a lot of
Yeah,
blurred.
it'd be the difference between going to the Moth Radio Hour or going to a comedy club.
Like, here's the deal. There's a few things on that Ernest Cline CD that are not funny. They're simply just spoken words about living a horrid existence as an IT guy.
True, I guess.
And it's like Henry Rollins did his spoken word tour.
Yeah.
It was stories that he wrote, and he told those stories. And it was not stand-up.
Yeah.
So stand-up is joke, punchline, laughter.
Yeah.
So
I have a question, Kevin.
Yes.
Kind of a personal thing. Is that what I know I went and saw something at Dueling Hall. Was that Henry Rollins? Who was
I never went to Dueling Hall.
I've been to Dueling Hall for something.
I think you went with Warren and Barry or something for something.
I don't remember what it was.
Because I saw...
I know Rollins has been there, but I don't remember if that was
Okay.
what we
It
went
may
and
have been.
saw.
But I never saw Rollins live. We listened to him while driving on the Trace with Max one time. But I did see Brian Regan
Yeah.
when he came to town several years ago.
You mentioned Henry Rollins. That station that I listen to, he every Sunday night he has his show where he just plays music and tells stories.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's dope as hell. You can actually like catch archives of it on their website. It's
Okay.
great. Like I love it. I love it.
Send me a link sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is one thing I wanted to bring up about Doctor Who before we move on, and it's, you remember the part where he's doing the puppet show about the Doctor getting his companions killed?
Mm-hmm.
And he's using his fake German accents the whole time, and the Doctor, defends himself with like, she lived and died of old age. Oh, well, that's all right then. With no accent, just his normal voice all of a sudden.
I think that's gonna be a meme. Like it has potential.
Yeah, no, I loved that scene though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to drag Mike back into Doctor Who. Yeah, thank you for that, David. Go see Godzilla -1.
Yes.
Yeah. So we usually do a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I had inspiration for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And David gave me the inspiration. So, David, you did a hashtag Hash It Out, which was American Doctor Who. And we all made with the yuck about, like, if your TARDIS has a back porch and it's got, like, 3 K9 units on it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, a user, S.K. Liefeld.
Yeah, Sean Liefeld. He, I think you've dealt with him before because he does like webcomic stuff.
Yeah, probably so. Well, he did a post where he said, well, the first American Doctor was Burgess Meredith, and the show got canceled, and, it ended. And I'm like, okay, but what if it didn't? What if the American Doctor Who went on, and I cast the 7 original Doctors? Mm-hmm. And I want to go ahead and read these on the air first. First, like he said, Burgess Meredith, because I was like, oh, that's perfect. Cantankerous old man. Yeah. All right. And your second is Soupy Sales, which, you know who Soupy Sales is, David?
Very, very little.
Okay. He had a show, the Soupy Sales show, and it was one of those kids shows that adults love to watch. Mm-hmm. So, and he is a comedian, he reminds me of the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, third, Dick Van Dyke. I'm like, yeah. Fourth, Gene Wilder. Because at first I thought, who did I say, Mike? Richard Pryor.
Yeah, you said Richard Pryor. Yeah.
I thought that would have been hilarious, and then Mike was like Gene Wilder. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Fifth, Harry Anderson.
That was me, too.
Yeah. Fifth, Mike said Harry Anderson. I was like, it's fucking brilliant. Now, the sixth one is the Doctor that a lot of people didn't like and got fired, so I'm like, Chevy Chase, obviously. The one no one can stand and got thrown off the show. The seventh, I said Darren McGavin.
Which is like, if there was an American Doctor Who, I totally would imagine Darren McGavin.
Oh, absolutely. Because he played Kolchak the Night Stalker, the origin of the X-Files. I was like, that's great.
Well, he was also Centauri in The Last Starfighter.
No, he wasn't.
Wait. Yeah, he was, Darren McGavin. Yeah, he was Centauri.
That's a new one on me. I didn't realize. But somebody threw in another idea for the seventh Doctor, and that was Quiet Desperation at Gregley. Replied to us, said, I could see Peter Falk being a contender for the seventh Doctor too. I was like, oh my god. Excuse me, Davros, just one more thing. I was like that. Oh my god. Now you said that you hid the keys to time, and so anyway, so what I thought we could do for a game, starting with the failed 1996 TV movie, let's cast the modern Doctors for the American audience. So, and I got to thinking, well, let's say in 96 a BBC tried to do TV movie of the American Doctor who would they cast as an American Doctor Who for 96 instead of Paul McGann? So
British actor in 1996.
Yeah, I don't know enough about British actors of the 90s.
I'm gonna just throw Hugh Grant out there because he was in the Red Nose special, and I think he would be pretty good.
I'm gonna say Mr. Bean.
Rowan, he also played him in the same special.
Yeah, he played a Ninth Doctor before they had like the Ninth Doctor. So
Yes, which
I think Rowan Atkinson would make a fun, like, this is the British Doctor.
yes, okay, that's fair. Now, for 9, Mike, you had an idea.
So I do not know the doctors by number. So you might have to tell
Christopher Eccleston,
So
the one with the one that just wore a leather jacket.
Yeah. So for him, I thought, it's the early 2000s.
Yep, 05.
He's very stylish and very like out of the mold of the quirky doctor, trying to like kind of breathe new life. So I thought Matt LeBlanc.
I could see it.
Yeah. I was like, no, wait.
He's come off of
Yeah.
Friends. He's not really doing much. Bam.
Well, also, like, are we assuming that like the trajectory of the character is similar? So is this like a doctor who is dealing with trauma? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
I'm
that would
kinda-
also influence things.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with like, what would be the American equivalent of some of these doctors?
And,
Okay.
but what David's saying is that we're assuming the
The
basic
same story
stories.
arc.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just make that assumption. So,
Around that time, I would, maybe I'm going to throw this out there.
for 9?
Christian Bale
Ooh, for 9 or 10?
for 9.
The only problem is he's British.
Well, yeah, but also like he's also kind of made his bones here in America. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah, I would say that someone who's primarily working in America counts. If they're more Hollywood than BBC.
And I would say him because that's around the time that he started like really kind of showing up, and like, he wasn't too big at that point. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
That was still what was that Equilibrium, American
Oh,
Psycho.
right. Yeah,
era.
before. Yeah. God, Equilibrium's a good movie.
It's cheesy, but it's good.
It's terrible and amazing. I did have an idea for who could be the 10th Doctor, the David Tennant
Okay.
Doctor, the American version. Joel McHale.
I honestly would totally agree with you there.
Yeah, I love that idea. I would love to see Joel McHale as an American Doctor. That would be fun.
Yeah, he has that same kind of like he's like an American version of an imp.
He's quirky.
Yeah.
he's quirky.
But not in like the same kind of way as Tennant is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I think that would be fun for David Tennant. So, who's got an idea for Matt Smith's Doctor?
So
So
I want to revise my Eccleston Doctor vote to Ben Browder.
Oh shit, dude!
Because he was my idea for the Tennant Doctor. Then I looked up his, when Farscape was like, no, he's better for the Eccleston Doctor.
Yeah, that's Crichton from Farscape.
Yeah.
no, I know Farscape. Yeah, no. Now
I'm
that
just
you
throwing
mention
that
it,
out for folks that may not know. So.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Our listeners.
Yeah. No. Ben Browder doing like American Doctor. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like he would be one of those who stuck around for a while. Like if we're kind of doing like this is the American version of the existing run, it's got to be like a one and done actor who's like a little too serious
True.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
maybe
still,
you would
I
you would
like-
fit for Tennant then.
I still like both those answers though.
Now see,
Either
why
one of
not
those
Ben
guys.
Browder for 10?
That's what I was saying. Maybe he'd be better for Tennant then if he wants to stick around and
Yeah.
really likes the role.
I could see that, but I'm smitten with my idea of Joel McHale. So,
Well, yeah.
but we got a
Yeah.
couple of contenders there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt Smith is a toughie because you got to find a dude that looks like a foot.
Well, I said,
Wow.
I can never remember the dude's name, even though he is British too, but he's also one of those more Hollywood
Oh
than
God,
BBC.
yeah, Twilight guy,
the
Pattinson?
Batman. Yeah,
Pattinson, yeah.
Robert Pattinson. Because he looks like a foot as well.
You also have to think about like what is the essence of that doctor and who is an actor who can. So
what actor can pull off a bow tie?
Ooh,
well, and also who's more of a fairy tale like figure.
that's a toughie.
Because that's the thing. Like Matt Smith's doctor is like his whole thing is like he's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's tricky, man.
That's a toughie. I hadn't got that far.
Yeah.
This just kind of sticks out to me a little bit, but maybe Paul Wesley from the Vampire Diaries. He also plays Kirk right now in Strange New Worlds.
Oh God, yes, perfect.
Yeah, I think
I
he
like
could
him.
be. Yeah, I think he could play kind of the Matt Smith.
I had a different idea. I can't ever remember the was it Jared? I can't remember his last name from Supernatural. The one that has not continued to act.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
he does continue to act, Mike. He's Walker, Texas Ranger now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, for a while there, like he wasn't really getting any roles.
Yeah.
And he had some like mental health issues from what I remember, but I guess he got that straight.
Yeah,
I
Jared
forgot
Padalecki.
Padalecki, yeah. Forgot he was now Texas Ranger.
God, that is sad. I wish I wish there was an American Doctor Who for him now.
Shit. Like either Jensen, Jared, or Misha could play
Different doctors, yeah.
Any of them, yeah.
Yeah,
And Misha
yeah,
was
but-
in the British version, the actual
Yeah.
Doctor Who, with Matt Smith.
Yeah, I could see Misha Collins playing the 11th.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then here's my suggestion for the Capaldi Doctor.
Oh yeah.
For 12,
I've got nobody. Go for it.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, good God. Yes. Basically, just based on being Negan alone.
Yeah, or just any like Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
Yeah.
like character that he plays. Like, he's
comedian.
got like an archetype. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's perfect. I love that dude.
yeah, it's just kind of like the older, rougher around the edges Doctor, kind of with the punk aesthetic.
Yes.
Because that was Capaldi. He was basically like an old punk rocker.
Well, yeah, him and Craig Ferguson were in a punk band together when they were young.
Oh no, exactly.
And when he got cast as Doctor Who, Craig Ferguson lost his fucking mind. He's like, my best fucking friend's a doctor. And then I was sitting here going, well, fuck, get Ferguson for the Master, please. But they went with Missy instead. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jeffrey Dean Morgan for.
I could definitely see that. Now, Jodie Whittaker.
Alison Brie.
Ooh. Is that who I think
just-
it is?
Yeah, Annie from Community.
Yeah. Okay.
And then also she was the lead character in Glow.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
The show about the lady wrestling.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, yeah,
that's
Alison
great.
Brie. Alison Brie is the 13th Doctor. Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we already know our choice for 10 would be back as 14. 15. He's way too big for it, but like I would kill to see Donald Glover.
Yeah, I feel like that would be great. But yeah, he's too big for it at this point.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got any ideas for someone else?
I'm trying to remember the name of the actor. I gotta go through. Give me a moment. I'm looking something up.
Okay.
You spitball.
Mike, you got anything?
Not really.
Crap.
I'm pulling up the name right now.
Yeah, see, the earlier ones were easier for me because I know actors from back then, but now not so much.
Okay. Lionel Boyce. So you'll have to look him up, but he is he plays the character of Marcus on The Bear. And the reason I'm going with him is because he kind of has a I feel like he has kind of a similar career trajectory as Shooty had before becoming the Doctor.
Okay.
He because Shooty was on I think Sex Education, which was
yes, he was
a big drama. Lionel Boyce, he's on The Bear, which is a big drama.
Yeah, I found a picture of him in a bow tie. How's that for irony?
Well, there you go. But yeah, I think because he's really good as Marcus. I think he could pull off. Then again, we don't know a whole lot about 15.
Right.
But like that
I
would
think
be
he'd be
my
a good actor in the role.
Yeah.
Right.
Now here's the question.
Yeah.
Because they made a couple of Doctor Who movies with
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. So if you had to make an American Doctor Who movie,
Doctor Who
in the
versus the
1960s,
Daleks. Yeah.
and you had to use an American actor for that of the 1960s.
That's a toughie.
So who's the American equivalent of Peter Cushing at that time?
Ooh. Oh, Vincent Price.
Oh, fuck. Damn, that was easy.
Yeah, fuck. What's wrong with me? Fucking
Yeah,
Vincent
no,
Price.
Vincent Price. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, him up against the Daleks. I'll pay money to watch that.
God damn, that's perfect.
Oh, man. Oh, this has been a fun one. Thank you for playing my game. I am the toy master, the toy maker. I fucked that up. God damn it. It's late and I'm tired.
Don't we also have a couple questions?
We do have a couple of questions. Thank you for reminding me. So let's head over there. First question. We had a question from Ghost Forge that we decided to answer in this episode because it's more related to that. He asks, for all the hosts, what are your favorite personal stories from playing a tabletop RPG?
Okay. Who wants to go first? Because I have one.
Yeah. Mike, you got one?
Nope.
God dang it.
Okay, I'll go.
You just sprung it on me, so I'm kind of thinking.
Okay, well,
Okay.
David, you go first.
All right, so I was in a group that was doing a Firefly game. So it was the Firefly RPG. And for some reason, our GM decided that we were going to use the same ship, which, like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But I ended up being the pilot.
Oh, dear.
Now, here's the thing. I like to create characters who, let's say, challenge themselves. So my pilot had severe paranoia about looking at the void
of
space. So my character, I engineered him in such a way that he would be able to fly through instruments only. He would constantly have the shields over the window.
Oh my god.
And I still managed to pilot the hell out of that ship.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and you know, people would like fuck with my character by like taking off like blast shields or whatever, right? So my character would immediately start freaking out or whatever. So I don't know why I went with that. I just like to do that sort of thing. It worked. It worked.
That sounds like some GURPS shenanigans.
David has never seen his own foot that he didn't want to immediately shoot.
It's funny. I do that with characters like my barbarian that I'm playing right now in the D&D game. Complete idiot.
Well, that's a barbarian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a simple country cow. I'm just a simple, because I'm a Minotaur barbarian, so I'm a simple country cow.
Okay.
But like, it's fun because I'll play the character to have these like occasional flashes of insight because I'm trying to get everybody back on task because we like to like role play and everything like that. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, obviously we need to get going here, so my character will suddenly have some sort of like insightful thing. And I'm just like, I'm just a dumb barbarian, but
I'm just a simple country cow, but capitalism is the root of all evil, and
Right.
I just want to chew my cud.
like I've done so many fucking puns with this character. So one of my gift items, because the DM like gives everybody a gift item, right, when you start the character.
Yeah.
So mine was a enchanted cloak that I can turn into wings for flight for like an hour. So those are my buffalo wings.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, that's great.
Terrible. I'm going to go ahead and tell mine. When one of our friends was running his game, me and Paul made these two characters. I was a thief and he was a bard. And I may have told this story before on the show, but Paul's bard played the spoons
As his instrument.
And the only song he knew was the Camptown Races.
And he went to the kitchen and got a couple of spoons.
Mm-hmm.
And poorly attempted to play them.
Yes.
While we were role playing.
And that's not the worst part. The worst part is me and Paul both decided we were Cockney.
Yes.
Right. I think not think. What am I saying? I think somebody might have left a gold line around and maybe we picked it up.
The problem with that game was there was like 20 goddamn people in it. There was way too many people in that game, for one.
Yeah, and we did piss off someone who just quit the game because they're like, they're being disruptive. And Scott was like, yeah, they're annoying, but they're role-playing.
Yeah, no, this guy was kind of a tool that, nobody really liked. They liked his fiance better than him because he just, was pedantic and insufferable.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. So, but he was there out of, a courtesy because of the friend group. And he hated it where everybody else seemed to have a good time with the antics.
Yeah. So, Mike, what's yours?
I don't know.
Actually, I know yours.
What?
Can I tell yours?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, well, maybe Bukkake Ninja.
Oh God, I forgot Bukkake Ninja.
What the fuck?
We're playing a GURP Supers game, and everybody was pretty much going buck wild with characters, and my idea was I had a ninja who had what was the power called? It's like matter projection or something.
Yes.
But basically he also had speed. So he was just super fast, and he basically would bukkake as a projectile. He could whip it out and skeet at super fast speeds.
Yeah, you blasted someone's head off.
Yeah, I came someone's head off.
Yeah.
But in my defense, the villain was named Pussy Control, and she had a prehensile clitoris.
Jesus Christ.
And her henchman was a dude
who secreted JB Weld from his head
and turned into a colossus.
It mixed all over him, and he became invulnerable. Yes,
like Colossus, but he was a fucking living tube of JB Weld.
It's just funny how these game sessions devolve, because in the City of Mist group I'm in, we're playing a group of criminals called the Chain Gang based on Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
But we're all like avatars of gods. So I'm like a avatar of Sun Wukong or whatever, right? But our leader is a guy named Mr. R, and he's like a dragon guy, and we go to a meet with someone because we're doing a job for someone, and Mr. R starts putting the moves on the NPC. So one of our other guys, character's named Carlos, he is an avatar of Hermes. He's kind of like a computer hacker or whatever. It's weird, but he just one of the things in our game is that our power tag is trolling each other. to like manipulate each other's social interactions and dice rolls because we like to complicate things.
Sure.
So we evoked the trolling tag, and all of a sudden, as Mr. R is putting the moves on the NPC, Carlos goes, he likes midget porn. And
God damn it.
that has been a running joke for the past, like, for most of the game sessions now. It just, at some point, like, there's always a little person who shows up. And and then the same thing happened with the Firefly game, because for some reason we had a janitor on the ship named Scruffy. And there was a closet that he would hang out in.
I know exactly what the Scruffy's gonna die the way he lived.
Yeah. It's just, again, like these stupid little jokes that show up in these games, man.
So in the defense of this GURPS game, we knew who the GM, we knew exactly where this game was going. Just, he's a friend of ours, and we knew, we just knew. So nobody was taking this seriously by any stretch of the imagination.
It was a guy I based Lewis from Coda's World on.
This guy
okay, that makes sense.
Was quite, let's say,
eccentric?
Yes. And like some other characters, so his older brother played with us, and his character was basically Batman if Batman was completely incompetent, and Alfred was the only brains behind the operation.
And he rolled him up as his butler, but he had the powers and strengths and stats of a god.
Yeah. So it's like he was just like every device, everything he had was wired with a dead man switch. So he was just throwing like helicopters and cars and planes at the problems, and they would explode.
You may remember this from Coda's World. I actually had the Bastion of Justice in there.
He had a microwave flashlight that
he killed my character.
He seared everybody very thoroughly with that flashlight.
He completely roasted Business Mantis.
Yeah, Kevin's character was Business Mantis.
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
It was some real dumb shit.
Well, when we start our Call of Cthulhu game, let's try to take it seriously. I know it's not going to last long.
It'll be more serious since Paul's not with us anymore. Because I gotta tell a story about Call of Cthulhu, Paul, and Mike. Mm-hmm. Now, Paul, his first character was a Catholic priest named Ethan Ramsey O'Patrick.
Who may or may not have been in disgrace from touching little children.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so anyway, he dumped that character because he was like, I want to make a new guy. And he was like, can I be a hobo? I was like, yeah, okay. So he made Toby. And Toby just kind of became the mascot of our Call of Cthulhu games. Because he would always be like, I'd be talking about what's going on in the game, and then Paul goes, I passed my jump roll. What did you do, Paul? And I jumped over the mayor's table. All right, you're getting thrown out of the building. So it was always shit like that. Like they fight like ghouls and get away, and Toby is running along with like an outboard motor that he managed to steal.
He successfully pantsed a garden gnome once.
Yeah, he
like shoved it down his pants so he could steal it.
And he attacked Nyarlathotep with that garden gnome.
Oh yes, that's true too.
But Mike is the subject of my favorite story from that campaign. He was playing Vinny Two Thumb Santiago.
He's like a reject from Jersey Shore crossed with Carl from Aqua Teen.
So, anyway.
Deep fry man.
Yeah.
I don't need no degree to know how to potty. So, the group is getting ready to go into this warehouse. I'm like, all right, what's everybody packing? Paul, what you packing? He's like, I got my garden gnome and a Molotov cocktail. And everybody's saying what they got, and I turned to Mike. I go, Mike, what you packing? And he goes, my swinging dick. And we all had to just take a break.
It wasn't even that original.
No,
You know,
but
that-
it's hilarious.
I mean, it was basically that was a Firefly reference, but
Still,
It just when it hits, man. When it hits,
Yeah.
it hits.
and it was perfect. And I don't think anything will ever happen in a game I run that's that funny again.
oh, it will. Those
So-
things happen.
Anyway, thank you for that question, Ghost Forge. I really enjoyed talking about that. He had a question he asked us last time, and me and Mike answered, which is, what's your favorite fictional magic system in a book or movie or TV show or whatever, and why?
So I'm watching a lot of like fantasy anime,
Yeah.
and like the absurd amount of like spell channeling like verses that characters have to do in some of these. Like I'm trying to think of one. I think Goblin Slayer is one of them where, you know, you have to do this long invoking prayer to a deity in order to cast a spell. And like it's ridiculous, but also it's kind of cool because it's like in a gameplay scenario. A lot of these are based off of tabletop stuff.
I like that because originally in D&D and stuff, you had that like it took like a turn, 2 turns, 3 turns to actually cast a spell. And not only that, you had to be pulling like rat tails and shit out of your pouch
and
for
that's
the
still a thing, but nobody pays attention to
what was it called? The physical component of a spell?
A cantrip?
Cantrip, yeah.
Yeah.
No. So cantrips aren't cantrips like basic spells that you can like fire off real quick?
Oh, reagents.
Reagents. That's
what
the word.
Yeah.
So obviously like those, although also speaking of another anime, Overlord, it's all like it's based on an MMO sort of thing. So like they have to like in anime you call out your move. So it's just funny. There was this one episode in the first season where the lead character is casting all of his buffs on himself for a fight, and it's like a full like 2 minutes where he's naming all of these different buffs.
Jesus
and
Christ.
applying them, and it's like hilarious but also kind of cool
Yeah.
because he's just like naming like buff after buff, and he keeps pulling out items and evoking them, and I'm just like Jesus Christ.
This reminds me of Monkey D. Luffy yelling out his attacks, and everybody's like, nobody does that.
And then of course everybody does.
And then everybody does it, yes.
Yeah. No, just, you know, because in every like shonen anime every character names their attack, but no, just like the ridiculousness of like, you know, because if you're playing an MMO, you just press the buttons or whatever. But because they need to make the MMO work in this, like, isekai setting, he has to literally... So he's just standing there. I cast Fast Speed. I cast Will of the Wisp. I cast... And it's just like a 2-minute sequence of him naming buff after buff of this imaginary magic system that probably has its own consistent rules or whatever, but we don't have fucking access to, so we're just assuming, okay, this all mechanically makes sense for the game.
Yeah. So you mentioned, MMO and stuff, and made me think, wait a minute, has there ever been an isekai that like had the actual like in-game menus? Like, oh yeah, no, that's Sword Art Online.
Right.
Yeah,
They actually
a lot
have
of
to
them
navigate the menus in the world.
Yeah, a lot of them do. I'm watching Shangri-La Online right now, and yeah, like the like when he's in combat, you know, he's a dagger wielder, so he's just like slashing at things, but you'll see like crit and that sort of thing, and then like whenever he's doing menu stuff, the menu pops up in front of him. So
Interesting.
Sitting there like he has to heal like strong. Where is that? I know I got that potion. Where is it? No, it's not there. Where is it? Back up. No, down. No, down. Where?
they very much kind of like pick and choose.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because he'll like actually have like a potion on his hip, or he'll pull it out, a physical potion. He doesn't have to navigate a fucking menu for it.
Yeah.
It's also one of those like VR MMO
Oh yeah.
things
Oh, God.
that's so common
that's
in
Sword Art
Isekai
Online.
right now.
Yeah.
So speaking of Isekai, David, I have a question for you. Just here. So, what do you think of the Suicide Squad Isekai trailer?
I haven't seen it yet,
seen
but
it?
I haven't seen it either.
You saw part
I'm
of it, Kevin.
intrigued.
I've seen
like
the art.
so it's just some dude
Dave
who
was watching it.
is he like an OC, or is he like isekai'd into like a member of the Suicide Squad?
As far as I know, it's I don't think there is an OC. I think it's just Harley and the Joker and the Suicide Squad fucking isekai'd into a fantasy world.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Okay, I
God.
thought it was like a dude isekai'd into like.
No, they are in a fantasy world, and
It sounds stupid and fun at the same
yes,
time.
it looks stupid and fun at the same time.
Like I don't mind stuff like that as like miniseries and stuff. Like it like fuck it, yeah. Let's see what happens to Batman when you drop him off in World of Warcraft. Fuck it. Let's see it. Let's see it. I'd watch it. I'd watch it. He'd be like world first kill on a raid boss or something. Like it just
But yeah, it's Joker and Harley and Two-Face and King Shark, and I'm trying to think of who else I saw in there. But yeah, they're all in a fantasy world.
Good lord.
Dragons and knights and shit.
That is interesting. You know what I would love to see is because a while ago I had pitched this idea of a show where it's like the Muppets playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. I remember that.
Like I just want to see like downtime episodes of series where it's characters playing Dungeons and Dragons, like the Justice League playing Dungeons and Dragons. What kind of characters would they roll?
Oh, Lord.
So you just see like Bruce come out like with armloads of books and be like, I kind of have like all the supplements.
I bought everybody a game book.
I'm rich and I bought you the player's handbook.
No,
I bought Wizards of the Coast.
He's just a giant nerd and has all the books already.
And you know that Bruce would be the fucking power gamer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, again, and like this could be a topic. Like this could be a number of games. You know what I mean? We could do an entire episode where just like, okay, here's a franchise. What game are the characters playing, and who are they playing as?
We'll have to play that next time.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for this week, guys. We had a lot of fun here. A lot of interesting discussion, and Mike got to take part in some of it.
In a little bit, yes.
Yep. So that leaves our positive affirmation for the week. And this week, I just want to say, remember, you are the golden apple in Eris's eye.
Aw.
Embrace the chaos. All right, so everyone, it's time to climb out of the distraction hole, and we will see you down here next time. Goodbye. I don't know how we end this.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while.
Hey, there's still a basket with lotion in it down here, and there's no food.
Better eat that lotion.
God damn it. I'm going to have some bad shits.
Milk it like a cow, baby.